Chapter 1. The Northern Mountains. Introduction to the chapter. A great arc of mountains, consisting of Himalayas, Hindu Kush and Patkai ranges define the northern Indian subcontinent. These were formed by the ongoing tectonic collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates. The mountains in these ranges include some of the world's tallest that acts as a natural barrier to cold polar winds. They also facilitate the monsoon winds that in turn influence the climate in India. Rivers originating in these mountains flow through fertile Indo-Gangetic plain. In this chapter you will study about the northern mountains of India. The Great Mountain Wall of the North is formed by the Himalayas and its adjoining Karakoram ranges. In the east, Himalayas stretch in various hills such as Naga, Garo, Khasi, etc. The most striking physical feature of our country is the Great Mountain Wall of the North. It separates the Indian subcontinent from the rest of Asia. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the world's highest peak. It is located in Nepal. Himalayas extend for about 2,500 kilometers from west to east. The average width of Himalayas is about 250 kilometers. It is wider in the west and narrower in the east. The Himalayan ranges in India stretch from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Arunachal Pradesh in the northeast. The word Himalaya means abode of snow. Most of the high peaks of Himalayas are always covered with snow. The highest peak of Himalayas is Metricton Everest, 8,848 meters. Many adventurous men and women have climbed this peak. It was climbed for the first time by Sherpa Tenzing Norgay of India and Edmund Hillary of New Zealand in 1953. Bachendri Pal was the first Indian woman who climbed Metricton Everest. Mount Godwin Austen and Kanchenjunga. The second highest mountain peak in the world is K2, Mount Godwin Austen, 8,611 meters, which is located in the Karakoram range. The third highest peak of the world and the highest Himalayan peak in India is Kanchenjunga, 8,590 meters, in Sikkim. The Himalayan mountain ranges can be divided into three parallel ranges according to the height. 1. The Greater Himalayas, Himadri Range. 2. The Middle Himalayas, Himachal Range. 3. The Outer Himalayas, Shivalik Range. 1. Greater Himalayas. Himadri, being the longest continuous mountain range, dominates a large section of the Himalayas. Its total length is about 2,500 kilometers. It is between 150 kilometers and 400 kilometers wide and forms a natural boundary between India and China. Due to extreme cold conditions, there is hardly any vegetation. At some places, huge masses of ice move down the mountain slopes which are called glaciers. Some of these glaciers are the sources of big rivers. As the ice melts in the lower ranges, it is changed into a fast-flowing river. 2. Lesser Middle Himalayas. Himachal. The Himachal range is located between Himadri and Shivalik. It extends from west to east with an average altitude of 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters and width of about 80 kilometers. There are several beautiful hill stations in this range such as Mussoorie, Shimla, Darjeeling, Nainital, Srinagar, Dalhousie, Almora, etc. The weather in these hill stations is very pleasant during summer. People from the plains come here to escape from the heat of the plains during summer. There are some beautiful valleys in this region. You can see orchards of apples, pears, cherries, apricots, etc. in these valleys. The Kullu and Manali valleys in Himachal Pradesh are famous tourist centers. 3. Himalayas. Shivalik. The name Shivalik is a Sanskrit word which literally means belonging to Lord Shiva. This is the lowest range of Himalayas. It has an average height of about 900 to 1,200 meters and width of about 10 to 50 kilometers. This region gets more rain and the weather is comparatively warmer. Salt slopes are covered with thick forests and are the home of many wild animals. Shivalik range of the Himalayas is an earthquake-prone zone. To the south of Shivalik range lies the Teri region. Most part of it lies in Uttarakhand. It was completely covered with forests. But now the forests have been cleared and many people have settled here. They grow a variety of crops such as wheat, rice, sugarcane, oilseeds, etc. The clearing of forests has caused soil erosion. Now trees are again being planted here to conserve the soil. The lower range of Himalayas and the Terai region have many wild animals such as elephants, leopards, cheetahs, bears, tigers, crocodiles, rhinoceros, etc. In the higher range, you can also find snow leopards and alpine bears. The famous Corbett National Park is in the Teri region near Nainital. It has been named after a famous hunter Jim Corbett. Himalayas can be crossed by land route through some passes. A pass is a narrow way through a mountain. Some of the important passes are Nathula in Sikkim, Bondila in Arunachal Pradesh, and Shipki La in Himachal Pradesh. The importance of Himalayas. Himalayas are useful in the following ways. The forests on it give shelter to many wild animals and provide useful timber, medicinal herbs, and many other useful materials. They are the source of several big rivers that provide water for irrigation and domestic use. The rivers also bring fertile soil and deposit it in the plains. They form a natural wall in the north of the country. They protect from the cold winds of the north.